Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sunshine?
I am good. I almost wanted to start singing, Good morning, good morning.
Oh,
That's
okay.
because I watched Singing in the Rain when I was at my aunt's.
Thank God you didn't. You're welcome, everybody. I'm joking. You actually have a good voice.
Oh, well, something's wrong with your earphones
That's
then.
right. Yeah, there is a bit of static. Maybe that's what I don't know. No, I'm
Oh,
joking.
that's too funny.
You know I'm jesting.
I know.
Yeah.
Uh,
So the sun's shining today. It's bitter cold though.
okay,
You,
but I
you know,
mean,
we can't have everything, right? God forbid we should have a sunny day and be warm.
no.
No.
You'll get one of those days later in the
Oh yeah,
year.
one.
One
I'll
of
probably
those
get
days.
one. And
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know when I'll get it. But anyway, I'm not gonna dive into my massive depression over the weather. So let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, what do
Let's
you want
talk
to talk
about
about?
oh, oh, do I have something I want to talk about? Okay.
She does.
I need to get this off my chest. And if anyone disagrees with me, come at me. I dare ya. Okay? There,
Woo!
that's it.
Comments
Double
are fixing to get hot.
what's the word double dog dare you? I
Yes.
dare you to say something to me. Okay? Okay.
Okay, let's hear it.
And I'm sorry if some curse words kind of sneak out. You know, I'm very passionate about what I'm about to tell you guys or talk
Okay.
to you about.
All
Okay?
right. I can't wait to hear it all. I know what the subject matter is, but I have no idea what all she's gonna say. So
Okay. Okay. I'm telling you, I don't even know how to say this without swearing up a storm. Um, in the climate that we're in, the world is in chaos, my opinion. Don't care if you agree with me or not. No matter where we turn, there's chaos everywhere.
hmm
It's like a great big gigantic shit show. Then, lo and behold, we have influencers who decide they're going to take a trip to the clouds. And yes, I say clouds. I know for sure 100% that these women did not go into space. They didn't go into space, okay? They went above the clouds, probably way above, okay? Same as a I wouldn't say a plane, probably more than a plane, but they didn't go into what do they call that?
Yeah, they didn't
G
leave the atmosphere.
they didn't. And to be honest, I think they went, my opinion, and I think they went above the clouds and came right back down. Where were they? 11 minutes gone,
Yeah.
and not a helmet on, not a spacesuit on, nothing, like nothing on them.
Yeah, because
They come
they
off,
didn't leave the atmosphere.
right. They come off, their hair's all still curly and in perfect condition. And no, the how dare they shove this down the people's throat? Oh, look what we did. People are starving. People are losing their jobs. People are, you know, how, and then to be all pissy, okay, because people aren't applauding them as astronauts. Okay. You know what? This is what I'm going to say. Katy Perry, if you're listening, go fuck yourself. Okay. And don't beep that one out. Care don't, Steph. All of them. Go take the little money that you got or the big money that you got and do something good with it instead of this bullshit. And coming down and, oh, I love the world and I love, you know what?
Like you didn't love it
Like,
before?
uh,
Like, is that what it took floating above the clouds for 11 minutes to make
I
you appreciate what you have?
yeah, I
That
need you to
doesn't make
weigh in
sense.
here because I'm about to, all kinds of verbal.
First of all, if you're an astronaut, you have to go through extensive training, you're weightless, you have to have medical. So much goes into that to go into outer space.
Mhm.
Like you said, they didn't leave the atmosphere. Okay, they went up high and then they came back down. And
Like they
that's
have,
it.
so they have someone argued with me. Well, no, you've seen pictures of them floating around in that capsule. Yeah, on land. You know, they practice that. They practice that at NASA, right? Where they go into this
Yeah, they go into a
thing
weightless
and they,
machine.
okay, what are you, stupid? People, come on now. Let's look at the reality of it all. Okay? That not one of them, okay, I just don't even know what to say anymore. I have discussed this with every single person that would listen to me. If I could, I would get on national television and tell them all to go, you know what, themselves. I would. I would tell
I
them, you know
absolutely
what?
believe you.
Stick your little adventure so far up your you know what that no one's going to be able to find it again. Because that's all it was. If
And
anything, you went up into the clouds and came back down just for looks. Everything else was staged. They've got proof of this. People are showing proof that it wasn't even real. Do you know that that capsule was laying on a bed of what do you call it? Hay? Well, what? They knew exactly it was going to go right down onto a bed. If you look at some of the pictures, there's a bed of hay.
hmm, I didn't care enough to like I've seen little blurbs and pieces, but stuff like that, I'm
See,
just like it is just celebrities or people with more money than sense. There
and
was no purpose in that.
I
Zero,
know.
zero
And
purpose.
like I said to my
I
friends
don't care what they do.
when we were talking about it, and I don't want to take too much time up with this, but my argument to it is yeah, you know, your money, do what you want, whatever. I don't care. If the six of you wanted to go out and do what you wanted to do and whatever and come back down and not say a peep about it, but to,
To make it
you know,
national
to
news.
glorify it like it was a
Yeah.
fantastic thing when women, okay? Oh, it was a six women flight. It wasn't a flight, okay? Like,
It
oh,
definitely
but
wasn't.
first off, you take us as we're all stupid, for one. Two, the world is hurting. Everywhere you look, everybody's hurting. I don't care, you know, unless you are one of them. Everyone's hurting in one way, shape, or form. People are on the streets because they've lost their jobs and they, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
come on now. And then you flaunt something stupid like this, and all it was for advertisement.
Yeah, that's
That's
all
all
it
it
was.
was. And now everyone's,
A
oh,
PR
Katy Perry.
stunt.
What's it like being an astronaut? If I could reach through the TV and choke the stupid person that says that, I could. I
Yeah,
am
that's
so hepped up over this. It's and again, I don't care. Do what you want with your money. I don't need to see it. I don't really care.
but don't put it off as
But
something that it's
don't.
not.
I
It
can't.
was a PR stunt. Like
That
a lot
these
of crap that happens is a PR stunt.
these people, you know, and honestly, I want them to come out and prove everybody wrong. Prove all the people that are pointing out this stuff, even astronauts are pointing out
Yeah.
certain things. Well, that wouldn't have happened, and that, you know, that flower or daisy that it would have been dead, not still alive, float as she was walking. It would have been dead by the time they came back in. There's so many things, and I'm thinking, why are you doing this to people that are suffering? And they can't.
And how many people really care? Like how many people I do want to know how many people actually looked at that and was like, wow, that is man, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That is such a good thing.
how
How many
impressive.
people? Yeah, how many people looked at that in that way versus how many people looked at it and go, what a load of crap. Or who cares?
I can't.
You know,
I
like
I guess I look
because they
at
could
it.
have done it. They could have all done it and not said a word.
That's what I say. And that's my argument. You want to go do that because someone says, well, it's their money. Yeah, it is their money. You're right. Go do it. Take 80 trips. You know what? Here's a good idea. Go up there for
Don't come back.
for the same amount of time that the two astronauts that just come back got stuck up there.
Yeah.
And now all this hoopla is like, you know, I don't know what kind of people. these people are, but
Be a
dirty,
lot
rotten
of
scoundrels.
the elite, whatever they're elite from. It could be Hollywood, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The elite, okay, they live in their own reality.
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't know, they have not experienced,
And obviously they
and they
don't
create
care.
yeah, they create their own reality. Like
Yeah.
in their mind, this was a great thing. They did a great thing
Yeah.
for
For
the
women.
lower class, and yeah, and for women. And we're showing them that this is a possibility. It is only a possibility if you are one of the elite,
Yeah.
and you have to
It's
dang near
crazy.
sell your soul to be one of those people.
And Gail King gets interviewed. She goes, "Have you ever been to space? Have you?" No, no, we haven't.
And neither have
Neither have
you.
you, you stupid idiot.
You've been up high
Anyway,
in the air. You did not leave our
I'm
atmosphere. You didn't have to go through any type of training.
oh
One of them, I don't remember who, designed the pantsuit that they wore. It's not even a spacesuit. It
no,
literally was just
that's what
a
I'm saying.
pantsuit,
Nothing about it
a
was
jumper.
was uh space oriented.
No,
Now,
astronaut worthy.
I know they didn't go like way into space, into like orbit and all. I know
Yeah,
that.
they didn't
Okay,
leave the
because I get that.
atmosphere.
But at the same time, what everybody is saying, and I'm not talking just randos, I'm talking about legit people.
Yeah,
If they had actually went and above where you were, yeah, floating and all that kind of stuff. First off, they have to have helmets on because as you're floating, you could be hitting your head off shit and okay,
right.
none of that. No, oh no, Gail King's hair still had the waves and they were all just floating around with the daisy. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what kind of world we live in that people can shove this down people's throat and think we're gonna suck it up and believe it.
But
Who
a lot of
believes
people
it?
do.
Friends, all of you that listen, you know, I know there's 800 of you, but if at least half of you could comment and let us know what the heck you think about this disaster. Do you agree with me or disagree? I want to know what your thoughts are.
And
And
why
yeah,
didn't they pull together and say, you know what, let's pay for someone who would never have the ability to come do this with us?
it's because they
You know
didn't
what I'm
do it.
saying? Oh, I
They,
know, but here's my thing. If you're really trying to show what women can do, and where's the support for the women who can't afford and would never be able to?
yeah,
Where is the, hey, one lucky person gets to come with
come
us?
with us. Yeah.
A woman who,
Mhm.
does great and wonderful things as we all do. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say?
I know exactly what you're trying to say because the thing of it is that kind of thing wouldn't enter their mind. One, because they didn't do it. Two, it was just a promotional thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't have someone from the outside coming in and they're
Yeah.
all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a crock of shit. That's what it is. Great big barrel of it,
Big.
and it has annoyed me beyond all recognition. And I'll tell you why. Because the world is already up shit's creek without a paddle. Did we need these six women shoving this crap down our throat? No. So I'm just going to leave it there because now I'm all riled up. I think I need to take my blood pressure.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you. Okay, they went 62 miles above the earth.
Okay. So what does that mean?
So,
So they say,
yeah,
and someone says to me, "Oh, but you
above
could,
sea
yeah,
level.
you could see them, the Earth from where they were." I said, "Oh yeah, well that's just pictures. That could be pictures on Earth in the uh, NASA's little or wherever they were, but Bezos' basement for God's sakes. Who knows? You know what I mean? That it's all AI crap nowadays. You can't believe crap. And oh, I swear to God, if I hear any more about it, I think I've gotten at least on TikTok 8 violations for my comments on people's posts. I'm going to get kicked off TikTok soon. I can just taste it. Between between that and the political crap, they're going to ban. I've got so many strikes. I've appealed them and whatever, but it's just ridiculous.
Okay, what did I say they did?
They went. You said they went 12 miles above
No,
Earth.
it was more than 12.
Oh,
Hold
really?
on.
I thought you said 12. I would have
No. 62 miles.
62. Okay. Same thing. 12, 62. It means squat. Oh,
Um,
anyway, that's my rant for today. I didn't want to take up way too much time on this, but I wanted to clear the air, and I wanted everyone to know just how Lori Dean Plans feels.
I gotta,
Right?
yes. Now I'm looking into how high a plane can go, and they measure theirs crap in feet.
Oh, well, sorry.
No, it's okay. So I've
That's
got to
when
figure out.
that's the way normal people do it. So,
Okay, so a plane goes 8 miles up, give or take. I mean, there's some that can go more, some can go
yeah,
less,
yeah.
whatever, but give or take. So you're 8 miles up. So they went supposedly 62 um
62.
miles. But I'm wondering at what point do you become wait because well airplanes and I'm sure the thing that they went in is designed. I mean, if an airplane has to be decompressed and compressurized, that's not the right word, but y'all get it.
Yeah.
Then I'm sure this capsule, whatever it is, because this isn't the first time people have gone in it and gone wherever they go. Um, but they didn't go into space.
Okay,
I'm gonna
did you happen to see pictures of it?
no, a few, but not many. Like it doesn't interest me because it's so stupid.
Okay.
I got better things in life to do.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. We can talk about it. This is,
I it's it
but
infu
now I'm
the
interested.
thing of it is it infuriates me because they're shoving it down. If you want to go do it quietly, go do it quietly. I don't give a crap what anybody does with their money. When you come down or come across the street to make an entrance, whatever you're doing, okay? I don't want to hear about it. I think it's rude, insensitive, and downright disgusting that these women think it's okay to do that. Do you notice how you never haven't heard from any of the other women on there? Just Gail King and Katy Perry.
Oh no, I didn't
Oh
notice
yeah,
that.
you didn't hear anything. Well, I haven't seen anything, any news outlet, any nothing where the other ones, the other four have been interviewed or spoken to or whatever. Just Katy Perry and Gail King. And then there's Oprah standing there. Oh, my friend is going. I'm so scared. Oh my God. You people need your bloody head read. You know, if half of these people put together a little wee bits of their money, do you know how much good they could do in this world?
Oh, I know.
And they don't give a flying fuck about anybody. Okay, I'm going to get off that subject now because
Okay.
I think I have said enough F words for the next 8 or 10, maybe 4 podcasts.
8 or 10 or 4. I
Maybe
like how we
4.
go.
I'm not going to promise anything, but sorry, friends, if that's annoyed you to no end. But my famous words care don't. There we go.
Mm.
So, there. So, what was our topic today, by the way? Love
Well,
that
it's
seg.
not about space, I can tell you that.
Like that little segue.
It was perfect.
Okay, nothing. Something else that I've got to talk about. Okay, do we all know that maybe this should just be a podcast of ranting? Does anybody ever hear the fact that, your friend here likes to go to sleep with true crime podcasts? Yeah. Okay, well, it all just got ruined for me. Do you want to know why? True Crime Kent has now gotten fired from 1159 Media. So him and Op aren't doing. None of you know who I'm talking about,
I
but this
do.
is this has rocked me to the core. Like,
Okay, how did he get fired?
I don't know. Apparently, he was in some sort of mental state, Kent, and he didn't do his job properly, and he was supposed to do a ad at a certain time in one of his podcasts, and he didn't do it, so the brand canceled them, and the 1159 Media lost $30,000. So
Wow.
yeah,
I'm so glad we don't have to stress over that kind of stuff. Jeez.
but
Because we're always in a mental state, so
okay,
I don't think
but
we can
see,
keep up with that.
these are some of the things that have just like,
Your
I'm
world
I'm
has fallen apart.
I'm like this, and it's going down and down and down and down, and like it's just on a trajectory down. Anyway, I'll get over it. I'm sure I will. I get over everything else. But that sent me last night when I was listening to his podcast tell the story, and now I don't know. Anyway, I'm not now. I'm hearing this Jack Luna guy on there with him, and I don't like the mojo they got going together. There's no laughing. There's no like that was part of my thing. Listening to
Yeah,
the true crime and him poking fun and
yeah,
Op not really getting it because he's a Mormon and he's so sweet and innocent type of situation. You know what I mean? That little
yeah.
gig. Anyway, there's an okay. We'll move on. So what's our topic? I'm exhausted. Let's hope this goes quick.
Are you done? Is there
I'm
anything
done.
else? Are you
I'm
done?
sorry.
It's okay. Don't be sorry. This is our podcast. We can do what we want.
I know.
And we don't have sponsors, so we can't get fired.
There we go.
I mean, we may be talking to zero people, but hey, we can still do what we want.
No, no, no. There's 400, remember?
No, you said 800.
I did, but if only half of them are listening.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Our
gosh, is
topic
right.
for the day is DIY or buy. Now, this is coming from two people who are crafty, one more so than the other. I mean, it's my job to create and craft things, right? So,
If you do say so yourself.
I mean, it is. Um, but there are a lot of things that I know I could do myself, but I don't, or I shouldn't. So we're going to talk about that DIY or buy. Because how many times have you gone to anywhere, whether it's like a craft show or a store or wherever, and be like, I could make that myself?
I
Me,
don't
all the time.
I don't know that I've ever said that.
All the time. I'm like, "Ah, I could do that myself. I have all the things at home to do that myself."
Okay, and my first comment on this subject is going to be DIY or buy. It's going to be, well, everybody better listen up and do DIY because none of us can afford to buy.
I
Okay.
so I will start first
Okay,
on
good.
one thing that people probably think that I do myself, but I don't.
Ooh.
And that is t-shirts. I have all the things to make t-shirts.
Oh,
I have
I didn't know that.
yeah, I could make t-shirts all day long if I wanted to.
Did
I
I know
don't.
that?
I'm probably
Oh.
because I've made t-shirts for specific things, right? But as far as like making t-shirts to sell or making t-shirts just because, oh, that's really cute, let me make that a t-shirt. No. I made t-shirts for my patrons that went with me when we went to the retreat last year. Um,
Mhm.
and I have made tote bags that have a specific thing on them. but I don't enjoy it. Like it's nice and it's a thing, and I've made t-shirts for the girls because that's special. But as far
Yeah.
as like me saying, "Oh, I could make this if I wanted to," but I don't want to. So I don't make my own t-shirts.
Well, the thing about that too is there's when you have people that do DIY, not everybody does everything
No.
DIY. They have a little niche, right? That they
I don't
kind of
know. There's
gravitate.
some people who do a lot,
Really?
especially the home decorating people. Those people,
Oh, they're crazy people.
yeah, see, we're on the same page. Look at us go.
Yeah, yeah. No, that I mean, I don't know. I watch a girl that does a lot of home decor stuff, and she buys Dollar Tree stuff and makes beautiful
Oh yeah,
arrangements and beautiful table. What do you call them? Scapes and
centerpieces.
all kind. Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Hmm.
Um, but that's not me. I
Oh, me either. Now,
no.
there's some things that I have made, and I'm very happy with it. For example, this, right? So I just bought it's a tissue holder, and it was a wood one at Michael's, and I decoupaged it because I loved this napkin. I just love this napkin so much.
Okay. Did you say it
So
was a shoe holder?
no, it's a tissue
Oh,
holder.
tissue.
Tissue.
Okay.
Um, so I did that myself, right? I
This is where you insert clapping. Yay! Right? God, I'm good. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
but I have uh flowers, fake flowers from the Dollar Tree and the little styrofoam thing still in a bag of 3 months ago because I thought I was gonna, make this flower arrangement to go in this little pretty vase.
No.
See, I want
Uh,
to do these things, but it's not who I am. So anyway, t-shirts, no.
I'm
So
interested to know the rest of your list.
what things do you think I would do myself? Knowing me and knowing what I do, and then we'll see if I do them.
Okay. Oh my gosh. See, I want to say stickers, and I know that's because I know you've done them, but you did them well. So I'm surprised you still don't. That, but that's not part of the
Yeah.
question, right?
Well, I mean, it could be. We can talk about that. It's just because I felt out of love with decorating my planner. And when you're not passionate about what you make and sell, it shows, I feel like.
Mm.
And my passion became junk journaling, and I didn't feel like I could do both well.
Oh, that's a good, very good explanation.
So, I mean, I could have done both, but I don't think I could have done both well.
Yeah.
And that's not fair to myself, first of all, and it's definitely not fair to my customers.
Hmm.
So I made a decision and a choice to do what made me happy because if it's making me happy, I do it well. And then
Yeah,
other people feel that and want to take part in that. So,
very true.
because now I will tell you, if I did go back to decorating my planner, I would buy stickers, even though I can make them because I don't want to.
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
is something that I would do. And I don't need to though, because I have a whole pile of stickers still over there. I won't get rid of them just in case. So I kept my favorites.
Now, the other one I have written down that I wanted to ask you is why do you not mass make junk journals and sell them?
Um, because I'm struggling with what and how I want to do that. And until I get that fine tuned, I don't want to do anything because, again, I want whatever I do, I want to do it well. So
Yeah.
I'm struggling with, do I make junk journals that are full of beautiful things, all the tags and all the pockets and all the whatever, or do I make journals that are blank for people to do what they want
Mm-hmm.
and trying to figure out, that balance and what I want to do.
Yeah.
And honestly, if it's making the former with all the things, that takes a lot of time. So for me, mass making those, it's all I would end up doing. And then I wouldn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be as fun. So I have journals that I'm making. I will end up selling them, but I think I'm going to do a combination of both. And I'm just going to do what makes me happy in the moment. And when I'm done, they'll be on the website. I think for me to sit there and say, I have to get this many done and this many out and
Mm-hmm.
whatever, it would take away the fun. One of the reasons I did switch to junk journaling is because I love it so much. I don't want it to become so dictated by earnings
Yeah.
that it takes the joy away.
Yeah.
Sorry, my ear itches.
So the other question I have, is it okay if I just
Oh, ask,
randomly speak?
go.
It's just because I don't want to forget them, but uh, we all can see you have a plethora of scrapbook paper. So why do you not DIY your own?
Um, well, one, I do. So for the most part, I have digitals,
Yeah.
which are also print and ship, but I can only sell them in 8.5 by 11.
Oh,
Most
really?
people, yes, I can make 12 by 12. I could actually sell 12 by 12. The problem with 12 by 12 is the shipping cost because of
Oh,
the size of the box that you have to have for and the weight. So anytime you have uh paper, believe it or not, the weight of paper adds up really quick, especially if
oh, I
it's
believe
like,
it.
the cardstock I use is 65-pound cardstock. Now, each piece of paper is not 65 pounds,
No.
but it's a thicker cardstock. You start adding that up and it adds up quick. So
Yeah.
12 by 12 has to go in a certain size box so you don't bend it, fold it. People have suggested to me, oh, just put it in a bubble mailer. And no, because I don't care how many times I put do not bend, delivering people don't
Yeah.
care. It's not theirs. They
Yeah.
end up bending it, and then that's not. So it would have to
True.
go in a box. So it's more expensive and it's not feasible for most people when you can get double-sided 12 by 12 from other places. And because they're a much larger business than I am,
Yeah.
it's cheaper.
Yeah. Right.
Um Now I'm going to segue into something real quick now that we're talking about that, because most other businesses, right? Your big stores, your big websites, Stamperia, Tim Holtz, all the big ones, right? They manufacture their stuff and it is manufactured in other countries because we don't have the infrastructure. Okay. I do everything myself. I never wanted to go the route, but way before, when I first started my business, everyone said, do a sticker book, do a sticker book. I didn't want to. I never wanted to mass produce.
Yeah.
And I will say I am grateful for that decision right now, because a lot of people who have their stuff mass produced like that, it's going to be a horrid mess. And I don't want to get into that because then we get into all kinds of other stuff. But my point to that is I can't mass produce on that level. So it's not lucrative for me to ship it. Now, if someone was insistent, was like, I'll pay shipping, I don't care, I'll do it in half a heartbeat. Like, I will do what the customer wants. But as far
Hmm.
as me putting it out there for the general public, I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh,
how I
right.
run my business, the way I shop. If I wouldn't pay for it, I wouldn't expect other people to pay for it. Now, I've
Yeah.
had people come to me, it's like, I will pay for it. I'd be like, okay. I'm
Yeah.
cheap. I'm cheap.
Well, it does. It gets really expensive. I
So,
mean, you know yourself how many times I've told you about what I've had to pay.
oh, I
So
know. That's just
it's
awful.
it, it's it does, but it's good to know that that's the reason why behind it, because you know
That is. that is the reason why. But like I said, I do have the 8.5 by 11 digitals. I can do the print and ship for those.
Yeah.
Um, I've even toyed with the fact of making those double-sided, where people can choose to have single-sided or
Yeah.
double-sided, right?
Yeah.
So, but if you do a digital, you can always print on the other side. So you always have the option to have double-sided if
Mm-hmm.
you download the digital. Print and ship would be different, right? Because I'm printing it and shipping it to you. So I was been thinking about making that an option if somebody wanted something simple on the back,
Yeah.
lined paper, just coffee dyed, or
Something. Yeah. Yeah.
something to keep it from being white.
White. Yeah. For sure.
um, so yeah, but that's why.
But I think a lot of people, why they don't do DIY is time.
It
They
is
don't
time.
have time. They don't have, then they're going to have to go out and buy the supplies to do that. And that's a whole other,
That is it.
I mean, look at us. Okay. Um, and skill, their skill level might not be.
That's true.
Oh, so you're going to buy the stuff, you're going to try and make it. It's not going to turn out. Then you're going to have to go buy the product anyway.
Yep. Like
And I'm
there's simple
talking in
things.
general, not
Yeah,
just crap, not just our world.
right. There's things that I will never be a seamstress. I'm not sewing anything except my junk journal cover and silly fabric and paper. That's
Yeah.
it. I am not making an article of clothing for
Girl, I
anybody
can't
for
even
any
thread the
reason.
needle.
No, it's so hard.
There's got to be
Um,
something that helps you do that. And I know there is, but um,
so
yeah,
I will
yeah.
never do that. That is not my thing. And there's always a part of me that's like, oh, but it would be so neat. And let me tell you how fast that thought comes and goes, faster than any song that's ever stuck in my head. I mean, I cannot get songs out of my head fast enough. Those thoughts are just so fleeting. It's like, oh, that would be cool. Nah,
Done.
I'm
Next.
good. All right. Nope, I'm over it. Like wreaths for my front door.
Oh, yeah.
I could make them. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So I will buy them.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. But there's a lot of times, especially when I've gone to like different craft shows with Felicia and stuff, and I'll see stuff, it's like they just put a sticker on that block of wood. I can make that.
So I got to tell you a little secret about my DIY. So
Okay.
as you may all know, I love gardening.
Hmm.
Okay. But this property is massive. Okay. There's not enough flowers to fill all the spots. So in between planting stuff and having it grow, like from seed or bulbs or whatever the case may be,
Right.
um, are you ready for this little hack?
Yeah.
I buy fake flowers and then I just push them into the ground and I spot them. The other day, my friends come over and Larry goes, "Oh my God, your tulips are coming up already." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's Dollarama." He goes, "What?" I said, "That's the dollar store." He goes, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "No."
That's awesome though.
But they're good fillers because if you got an empty spot, you grab, two or
Yeah.
three and you just stick them in the ground. And dollar store has a plethora of
Yeah.
flowers. And all you
Yeah.
have to do is just push them in and Bob's your uncle, friends. You got a full-fledged garden.
I might do that in my front flower bed. It has metal flowers that my kids have bought me over the
Yeah.
years. There are two plants
Yeah.
in my front flower. Those are the only two that have survived me because I don't take care of nothing. Like I don't,
Yeah.
again, don't care. But that's a good idea. I think I might just do fake
Well,
flowers in pots.
see, I do that too. So we mix. Okay. So I don't know if you've seen them at the dollar store where they kind of hang,
Oh yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
they droop down. So I
Yes.
buy a number of those and then I put plants in them, but then I put these and fillers and
That
then,
is such a
and
good
it cascades
idea.
over. I know
Okay, I'm gonna have a fake flower bed
that,
and it's gonna
that,
look damn
and
good.
you don't even notice it. Seriously, you
No.
don't notice it.
Why would you? And then just take the water hose and wash them off
No,
and Bob's your uncle. It's
let's
done.
right. Let's face reality. You can't take. I don't know what I could give you an example of because I don't have any flake flowers with me.
You don't?
But but you know how just one. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you have one stake. Do you want to call it that? One little
Stem?
stem.
Yeah.
You can't just put one. You have to
No,
put
it
like
has to be a
three.
bunch. Yeah.
Three so that it looks fuller and it doesn't look like it's just a hunk of fake flower sitting in the middle of
Right.
dirt,
All of a sudden, just
right?
one flower blooms
Yeah.
out of your
It's
old
like,
empty
what the
flower bed.
heck happened over at Stephanie's house? Last night I went to bed. This morning she's got a full garden. If that's not going to cause a ruckus in your neighborhood, I don't know what will.
And I will let you know how much I care.
But I'm telling
So,
you right now, it's phenomenal.
so I'll just start with one pot. I have three empty pots in my backyard. I
Yeah,
could
there
do
you go.
that.
See?
Just fake flowers.
Don't have to water them.
Except here's going to be the problem is once I put them there, they will never change.
And
So I will
the
have
only
spring flowers all
listen,
year round.
I have the fake tulips out there for the last couple years. Now, sometimes I'll bring them in so that they last.
Yeah.
Last year I didn't. I just left them out there. And they look as good as new. Once you hose them down, they don't even notice.
Look
Right?
at the tulips surviving the frost and the
I'm
freeze and the
telling you, it
snow.
is a miracle.
Lori Dean got that green thumb.
I don't know, but that's my big DIY hack, okay?
That is
And it's
amazing. I
and
love
it's
it.
pretty cheap.
Oh
It's
yeah.
it's
Well,
pretty cheap.
buying real flowers and they die all the time because that's
And
what.
so someone will say to me, "Well, don't you put any?" Yeah, we do every year. I'm not gonna. Who's got the money to go to the garden center and buy a crap ton of
Real
bulbs and
flowers.
flowers and
Hmm.
all that? So every year I'll add a little bit more, but it's just filler. It's just filler for me, so that when you look at it, you don't look at patches of empty
There.
dirt.
That is a really good DIY.
Well, thank you. I hope everybody liked it.
Yeah, I want to see everyone's Dollar Tree gardens.
Yeah, drop us a picture.
Yeah.
I'll put a picture in mine. I'll put a picture in the comments.
Okay. Put a picture in the comments when
Yeah.
I get this
Well,
uploaded.
actually, when it gets
Yeah, when it's
nice.
uploaded.
Like right now, it's not.
Oh, it's sunny but
Yeah.
snowy and
No, I can't take a picture of that garden. Everyone will go, "What the heck is she talking about?" I'm not following her.
why is she bragging about that?
Well, that's disgusting. So no, I'll do it when it's all done and pretty and
Unsubscribe.
blooming. Yeah. These people don't know what the heck they're talking about. So yeah, that's my biggest one.
That is a good one.
Well, thank you.
That
I
is a
think
good
so.
one. What else do I DIY? Storage. I do a lot of boxes and turn it into storage.
Really?
Uh-huh.
See,
Like
go ahead.
long time ago, before I even owned a business, I worked full time and whatever. I don't remember where I got it, a bunch of fabric from somewhere. And it wasn't like the prettiest fabric, but I didn't care. Literally covered. I had four kids, tons of shoe boxes. I just covered shoe boxes with this fabric and got a pretty label and put on the front, and an entire cabinet was just nothing but these decorated shoe boxes
Nice.
that had stuff in them.
Well, that's pretty cool. No?
So yeah, I mean, it was fine. We had a bunch of kids. We didn't have a bunch of money for what I would consider not necessary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like all the nowadays, oh my gosh, people and their crazy refrigerators and all the things. I can't. No, that's
Yeah.
just whatever.
Now, see,
But I
for
had to store, I had to create storage.
yeah.
So I made it myself. And I still do
See,
that kind of stuff to this day.
well, yeah, I mean, you're out of necessity, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what I have is again, it's back onto the flowers. So I have real plants in my room. So around this window behind my thing, there's plants, ivies, all kinds of, anyway. But for the pretty, fake,
Yeah.
fake, fake, fake. Everything's fake. But it doesn't have to look fake. That's the
No.
thing,
Those don't look fake. It looks like someone bought you a bunch of roses.
right?
And they
Anyway.
did a long time ago. Like I don't know, you can't really see it, but I do have up there. Okay, we're gonna go up. Can we
Oh,
see?
field trip.
There we go.
Oh,
Fake
oh
flowers
yeah.
up there,
Yeah.
right? Um, and oh, I have some fake flowers over there that my sister got me long time ago, and
Yeah.
I still have them. So, but that's it. Everything else is just a hot mess. I'm fixing to get new filing cabinets.
Oh my gosh, look at you.
Well, they're gonna go right there, but I'll be able to store more stuff in them. So that's why. And then the two printers will still be able to sit on top.
Very nice.
What else? What else could
Do
I
you have any
DIY?
questions for me?
Well, I mean, I can ask for the audience because I already know. But what do you DIY? What do you do yourself besides your composite notebooks? Like we already know that, right? Do you, with all of your crafting supplies that you do have, are there things that you make either for yourself or for others that you could buy at the store?
No,
Not even as a gift.
not that
But you
any.
make composite notebooks as gifts.
Well, I
Like,
give them away. It's not really a gift. I don't know if they want
no,
it.
well, but you give it to like the lady who gave you the wallpaper.
Oh, yes. So I
So
made
so
her
you're
one out of the
making
wall.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
So,
not.
but you could just go buy her something as a
Oh, I
thank
could.
you.
Yeah.
But so you're deciding
Well,
to
I
do
figured,
that.
you know what? I'll give her what she gave me.
Right,
She gave me
in
the
a different form.
wallpaper, but in a different way, just to see where I wanted her to see how it was used.
Yes, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
But nothing else. So you don't make your own cards to send to people or anything.
Oh gosh, no. You know what? I am not in. What's the word?
You're not a
I don't.
DIYer.
It's. I'm not. I don't want to say crafty because I'm crafty in certain ways, but to make a card, I don't think I'm talented enough for that. Like I look at some people making cards. Like there's a friend on Instagram who sends me cards all the time. She's a wonderful lady. Her name is Liz,
Uh-huh.
and she does cards for kids in hospitals and all that kind of stuff. Her cards are fun. I could not do those
Oh yeah.
cards.
No, but hers are very elaborate.
Right. Very intricate. Some of them are
Yes.
very like yeah.
Hers are
I
very
could
elaborate.
not. I could not. Mine would be very, very boring.
No.
Like not even worth a stamp to send it. Yeah,
So
no, I don't.
you're just not a DIYer. You are,
I,
if you're gonna get something, you're gonna buy it for somebody,
listen,
and that's
if
that.
I'm going to do DIY, I'm going to know that it's something that, like you say, I'm very passionate about because I know it will work.
Right.
If I don't think it's going to, I struggle with these junk journals lately. And that's why I was talking to you
Yeah.
about it because I'm the type of person that likes to sit down and start something and finish it. I don't like to stop it and then pick it up and start it and then pick it up and finish it. And you know what I mean?
Yes.
I've lost interest already.
Wow. That's fast.
Yeah. So the junk journal that I started, this one, this little wee, it's a little wee thing, okay?
That's
I
really
haven't gone
cute.
I haven't gone back to it because um I haven't had a chance to do the inside of it. Like I've put the papers together, but I'm not sewing it in. I'm putting it what do you ribbon like I'm doing it ribbon
Hmm.
in something different. But again, I've lost interest in that already. So my problem is I think that's why I like my planners so much. My creativity can come out in my planners, and I close it up and I'm done. Finished.
Yeah, junk
This
journal, it's different.
I
I mean,
find it.
unless you have hours upon days, you can't do it in one
So
setting.
I was trying to figure out how can I still do it, but implement it in my videos. And the only way I could do that is stop, start, stop. You know what I mean? Take it bit by bit by bit until we're finished. But by then, I'm still losing interest because this stopping and starting of a video is like, it's like nails on a chalkboard. So that means I got to edit it. And then I got to, oh, no, thank you. So yeah, I'm very much a person that likes to craft something and be done with it, not
Not
not this
days.
long drawn out affair of you know. But you know,
Oh, and my lazy Susan that I did.
oh, that's a great idea. That one is.
Yeah, I love that. So that's just another DIY storage. I didn't want a
Yeah.
plain one, so I decoupaged it. And then I had a little dish that was been sitting on my desk. And so I decoupaged that to look the same as the
Wow.
lazy Susan. So it just has little
Good
odds
for
and
you.
ends in it.
Yeah. Odds and ends. Well, like I pulled a whole bunch of green um, beads because I thought, okay, I'll put a dangle on this thing. Okay. They're sitting right up in the corner, just laying there, and they have for I bet you if you go back in any of my videos in the last 3 weeks, they're sitting up in that corner. It's just I don't know what it is.
That
You know,
is one thing I will say, talking about beads and dangles and stuff like that, is I've heard a lot of people in various different ways, places, whatever, oh, I can just make those myself. And absolutely you can. You can do anything you want to do.
yeah,
I don't think people understand the amount of items you have to acquire.
to do it.
And you, let's just say you want to make one dangle to go on this one thing, you
Yeah,
can't buy one head pin, you can't buy one, so now
exactly.
you have this stuff. And
A whole crate.
I think people are like, oh, that's easy, and it is, but you have to have a lot of stuff
Yeah.
to do
And
that.
then like you say, you get to the point where you make one, you think, "Oh, that's beautiful. Let's do another." And before you know it, you're getting other stuff because it's not going to be the same as the one you bought
Yes,
before. It's a vicious cycle, my friends,
it
and that's
is.
the thing. Uh, I don't know. Again, I think time is a big thing with DIY. People just don't have the time. I think that's why people go out and buy. But in all honesty, I think, again, I think we are a society of um, want.
Oh yeah.
There's so much on the shelves. There's like, I don't know, you hear these rumors that these craft places are, going out of business, but they're throwing things out in the bin and they're like, why do they have to throw it out? Can they not donate it? Can they not put up a thing? Hey, school,
I don't know.
like I just don't understand why we have to be so
Wasteful.
wasteful and throw it out when so many people could use it that can't afford it.
You're right. But that brings up something, and I totally forgot to tell you. Because Rachel sent it to us. It is an app on your phone, and I forgot what it's called. But what it does is it's for restaurants. So any of their stuff that they didn't sell, you can go on and you'll get a grab bag so you don't know what you're getting, but it is
Yeah,
so cheap. You can go to these restaurants
yeah.
and pay like $9 and you're getting $50 worth of food.
Oh, that's awesome. See,
But
good for
it's
them.
like, yeah, it's so they're
Because
not throwing it
why
out.
throw it out?
Yeah. So
Right?
there's like an app. I was gonna share it with you because Rachel's done it a couple of times and she's like, it was good stuff. Like it
Yeah.
was good stuff, especially the donuts. Like you're just getting random donuts, but who cares? A
Yeah.
donut is a freaking donut.
Well, exactly. Yeah. I don't know. It's just
But that it
shocking.
just reminded me of that.
I feel like in my next life, I want to come back and be an advocate. I want to come back and fight for,
Social injustice.
yeah. Because in my 64th year, there is so, I honestly, if I could put together a march, a protest, I'd be protesting
Everything.
daily.
A
Isn't that
subject of day.
horrible?
No,
It's horrible.
that's not. That's how you feel.
Uh, yeah.
You want to do something to evoke change. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So anyway, so what else? I think that's it for me. I don't
Did
know
you
if
have
I
any
have
more that you wanted to ask me?
oh, let me look. I did that one,
See,
that
because I already
one.
know you're not a DIYer, so it was kind of like hard for me to come up with stuff.
Yeah, DIYer, like I like the crafting part of things, but yeah, I don't really I think that there was a few times I made a wreath through the door for the door,
Hmm.
but again, I don't got time for that anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't want
retired.
to do. I just rather
Yeah,
go
I
buy a
just
pretty one. Like
yeah.
again, I could. I know how,
Yeah,
and honestly, I probably have most of the stuff to do it. I just don't. I don't
right?
want to.
Yeah, no, me neither. Me neither.
Um, I like making my journals. I do like finding different ways to make my journals.
Yeah.
I thought about making books like hardcover blank like journal books, but just blank white pages books.
Yeah.
But I don't know how well they would go. Guess you don't know until you try.
Well, that's the thing, right? You don't know.
So
I think I'm just going to stick to what I'm doing. I like doing the junk journals and the altered composition notebooks, and I think those are kind of, you know, I like doing them, but anything else, I'm like, I've made ephemera and stuff for the junk journals. I've made, all that kind of stuff, but I'm not. Other than that, I used to be a big crocheter. I used to like,
really,
oh yeah. Before I even did any of this, I would sit and crochet.
I
I
could
loved it.
never, could
That
never
was
get
one
into
of the things I
crocheting.
wanted to bring back and do again. I had a goal. I had a master board, and my master board was I wanted to learn a language. I wanted to pick up my sign language because I did sign language for many years. Do you think I can remember it? No. I wanted to do that, and I wanted to crochet again.
That's no one sign language.
No.
And I know some sign language. I don't know a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
And you haven't done any of those. Well, you've learned Texan.
Hey, let me tell you, friends, that was hard. Have to stop trying. What was that you said? Why do you
That
call it that? That's okay.
so you've learned another language. Go pick up
Yeah.
crocheting. You can crochet me some doilies.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to do scarves and yeah, all kinds of stuff.
That's awesome. So yeah, there's a lot of things I could DIY, but I won't because
Yeah.
unless someone asks me, like if a family member asks me, can you make this? Can you, do that? Whatever. I'll do it for that.
Well,
But
yeah.
for just because, no, I'll just go to Home Goods or
The
Goodwill and
problem,
buy
the
it.
problem is too, is let's look at it this way. I have a long list of junk journals I want to make, themes.
Hmm.
And then I think to myself, Laurie, what are you going to do with them? What am I going to do with them? Sit them on a shelf?
No, because that's where all
No.
your planner stickers
Like I
are.
can't. Like, does that look like it's got room? I don't, so anyway, it's like, and then getting to them and then getting the supplies, like gathering and anyway.
That's a deal.
You know what? It sounds like I don't even want to do it, but I like it. I like doing it, but It's the filming of it that is getting a bit much for me. I
Yeah,
shouldn't
and
even, I'm
I
saying it that way, and I don't like the way that sounds because it's not too much for me. I think my preference is to sit down and do and not film over a week of at a time.
so that is why, because this is my business, so filming is a big part of that. And I'm like, well, I can't do that because I have to film it. I can't do that because I have to film it. So what I've done for myself is I have projects that I'm working on that are not, nobody knows I'm working on them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't film it, not because I don't want to, but because
Yeah.
that is just, it's just a relaxing. And on my Patreon Zooms, I have made that conscious decision to play, work in the
Okay.
journals I want to work on, and
So let's
do that
talk.
kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Let's
So
talk
it's
about
pressure
that.
free.
Yeah. Let's talk about that for a minute because that is one thing. And I think I brought this up before in, COVID time when we were all shut down and all we had was Zoom. I used to love that time
Mm-hmm.
because that time you've got, I don't know, Steph, at any given time, how many people were on a Zoom? 20,
Any 12 to
25?
20. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It varied, which is fine. But what I liked about it was that I could sit and do my crafting stuff and other people were carrying on a conversation. And then I could chime in if I wanted to, or I could start a conversation or go back to what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's long gone.
Oh yeah,
I
because the
I
only reason
really
people had the time is because literally could do nothing else.
yeah,
And as soon as the world started opening back up and ball games and work and this and
yeah,
that, like the time is just
yeah.
not there anymore.
So I miss that. I miss that being able to sit down with a group of people and just craft our brains out or do whatever you're doing. I don't know. Maybe you're filling in your planner. Maybe I don't care what you're doing.
Who cares if you're just sitting there listening to
Yeah,
people
that's
talk?
exactly right. I just
Hang
miss
out.
the I just miss the fact that you're listening to some conversations happening and you know what I mean. You could partake or you don't have to partake or you know what I mean. But yeah, I really miss those days because I think I got more crafting done that way.
Yeah.
I think well I was more productive because I was sitting here doing it right, but I was still paying attention and I was still part of something and I was still
And
so
it was just for you. So when you got your YouTube channel and you had to start thinking everything was for
yeah.
content.
Yes. So you could sit here and just do whatever and
Mm-hmm.
not be mindful of what you're doing, right? Now it's like, okay,
I know.
I don't know what the answer is.
Well, and
Anyway,
you've tried having Zooms in your Facebook group, and very few people show
yeah,
up.
nobody's interested. I don't know why.
Hey, I'm there.
Oh,
So
I
if you
know
want,
you're
if y'all ever want to hang out with us, go to Lorie Dean Plans on Facebook, her Facebook group. Okay, join her Facebook group. She will put up a Zoom. Make a comment. I would love to Zoom with y'all. If y'all do that, we will be on a Zoom and we can all
yeah,
hang out and we can craft and chat and do whatever. And you can
do
ask us all
whatever.
whatever question you want
Yeah,
because we're at the age where we'll just answer you and whatever. Like it is what it is.
it is what it is.
So yeah, if that's something you want, leave us a comment. Go find
Yeah,
Lorie Dean Plans, her Facebook group. Go apply. No, what is that called? Join.
join.
Join. There's no application.
Yeah,
Just go join. And we can hang out and
yeah.
craft and Zoom. Uh anyway,
That's all I got.
that's all I got. All
Okay,
right. Bye.
bye.